Hi, it's me, Dora V here, and right after I posted the tarot on Locust, someone actually asked about Casca and Farnese. And I have to be honest, like right after I posted the Locust one, I started thinking of Farnese and Serpico and Guts and Casca and pretty much a whole lot of other people. And then the YouTube comment asked about Casca and Farnese. And while I did think of both of them, I didn't think of them as a pairing. And it's a fairly up-and-coming pairing, and it's one that I'm perfectly fine with. In fact, I think like at least a solid minority are, and considering what has happened, I can't really say I blame them, and what I know of Farnese, like she's definitely come a long way, and she has taken care of Casca, and Casca's aware of this, and is actually pretty happy with her. So don't you think that would be cool? No, I think it would be. And Casca's pretty close to Isidro too, but that would be a much different relationship. So, what will become of the relationship between Casca and Farnese? And I'm going to treat this like a romantic pairing, because I'm fine with that too. Yeah, but anyway, let's begin, shall we? Begin. There's 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reversals here, not happy with that. 6. Jesus. Uh-oh. Let's see. Where it began. This is the 2 of Pentacles, which is a high guts counting as money there. But the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Coins reversed. Usually the 2 of Coins means that you're working in cooperation for money, something like that. Like it's, yeah, balance, so that's the other thing, like it symbolizes balance. And, well, the reverse, though, is enforced happiness, fake enjoyment, literal, handwriting, composite letters of exchange, what the hell? So I'm guessing, like, this means that initially there really wasn't much of a balance, because if anything it was very imbalanced, because Casca spends so much time being just an utter mess. They called her a potato, which is like BS, but she was clearly like kind of nuts. So like any kind of harmony, yeah, it's gonna be a bit difficult in balance. And in fact, I know that there were some scenes where Casca was maybe being a bit difficult. I think Farnese was trying to bathe her, and Casca just, I don't know, makes a mess. But again, like, Casca was definitely not in her right mind, considering what happened to her. So I can see how, like, there's not any kind of balance. Like, how can there be? Because Casca, like, really had very little agency. And I don't know about enforced gaiety, like, I don't think so. Like, I really don't. But I know that there was definitely an imbalance, a huge power imbalance, like there had to be, because Casca, she just wasn't there, and Farnese was the one who stepped up and took care of her. So in that sense, like, it was very one-sided, because it just, Casca literally could not reciprocate. It does get better, though. But it starts out very imbalanced, so it makes sense. You can see the courtship. Oh, the courtship, huh? It's the world. Ah! This is one of the best cards you can possibly get. This basically means that everything is done, everything is accomplished. I guess Elfhelm could count as like the world, and Farnese went, she was the one who went in, it was her and Shirka. They went into Casca's memories, and they went through all this trouble to basically rescue Casca from her own mind, so the courtship could easily begin with this whole new world, this whole thing. And it's definitely a really good card, so I suspect that the courtship will be really, really good, and just based on just this great accomplishment, just getting there and doing what they need to do almost immediately. And Casca is herself again, and it's like the world, just a huge accomplishment, and this is a good thing, like for real. It also means like to travel abroad to other continents. Yeah, I'm pretty certain they'll be traveling. World affairs, gee, I wonder what that would be. And could also represent fertility. Well, okay, Casca did have a kid, but accomplishment, victory, travel overseas and expansion of horizons, yeah, but I think that applies to almost everyone in Guts' party, not just these two, but maybe there'll be a courtship there through this. So, we'll see what it adds to your life. Guts, that's who it adds. The Knight of Swords. See? Like that's, I guess, it adds, guts. But, yeah, the Knight of Swords is like the only knight card that's really aggressive. And what it means is skill, bravery, capacity. Oh, hell yeah. Definitely would add for both of them, because Casca is like really skilled. She doesn't have like the brute power of Guts, but she's really fast and she has her own kind of strength. It's like she's strong in her own right, but it's largely like agility and skill and just thinking really fast on her feet. She's brave and hell yeah. Of course there are some bad parts, like, but I feel like it's like not a bad thing to add. I think this will really add to Farnese. That, because I could have sworn that she's a sorceress now, but maybe she too can use more than just magic. And it could be, yeah, this could represent a warning too, like, but I don't think so. I think it's immediate action and swift travel. I think Casca might have that need, and Farnese might very well too. So, yeah, this isn't really that bad a card. And then, of course, Guts being how he is, yeah. Yeah, like, he's a possibility, yeah. Could be, yeah, he's kind of aggressive. I guess he kind of has to be. But brave, courageous, yeah. But I think, like, it would definitely, like, they would add to each other a great deal. But it will definitely be through conflict. Because, gee, I wonder where that conflict would be. Wow. But yeah, definitely some good additions. Let's see what else we got. Strength, foundations. This is the 5 of Cups, except it's reversed. Okay, the 5 of Cups, like, upright, is not good. It's basically a way of saying, like, you are dwelling way too much on things. You have to, it's okay to kind of be upset at certain things. It's okay if the milk spills and you're upset. But to dwell on it, it's kind of useless. You kind of have to clean up the milk and move on. You know, and make sure you don't spill the milk again, because that's wasteful. But this is reversed. So it's news, alliances, affinity, false projects. What? But I don't know about that. But this is reversed. So the foundation is alliances. Well, duh. That's exactly what happens. Affinity. Yeah, definitely return. You know, because Casca does in fact return. I don't know about false projects. I'm not buying that one. But definitely there'd be some news and alliances. Yeah, that actually is, like, the foundation, because Farnese, like, learns to become a better person through all that she went through, and Guts, and Serpico, and everyone around her, and this is it, yeah, it makes sense, that's pretty much the foundation of the relationship. Yeah, it's actually pretty good, I say. But usually the 5 of Cups is not something you want, like, at all ever, unless it's like this basically. Challenges, obstacles, Guts hanging upside down from the ceiling. Well, no, actually, so the 9 of Cups is supposed to be celebratory, but this is reversed, which is yikes. So what are the challenges and obstacles? Truth, loyalty, liberty, but the readings vary and include mistakes, imperfections. Well, duh. So I suspect that the challenges would be, like, little different from any other relationships. Don't eat too much, that's bad for you. But I'm guessing like the challenges, like I'm not saying how truth, loyalty, and liberty would be a challenge. Like I don't think so. Like maybe there are certain things that neither one of them want to talk about, because I know that Farnese does have a pretty bad past that she's doing her damnedest to overcome. And she goes from someone who's very anti-magic to a sorceress. That maybe she wants to try to withhold that and not talk about it. Maybe that's an issue. Like, I don't think loyalty or liberty is going to be a problem. This could be a mistakes, imperfections, yeah. But it seems to me that whatever challenges they have, like, other than what is currently going on in Berserk, I guess Casca will have her issues, Farnese will have hers, and that's pretty typical in all relationships. So I feel like maybe they could be keeping some secrets, like, that could be a challenge. Guts being around could also be a challenge, but I think Guts is pretty checked out. So, I mean, at least that's how it is now. So yeah, like, but it sounds like the challenge is it's not much different from any other kind of relationship. So really, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Let's see, commitment and long term. The Knight of Wands. Hi, Locust. But it's reversed. Oof. So the long term, long term, it's, oh no, aww. Well, the reversed is rupture, division, interruption, and discord. Oh no. So it looks like here that maybe in the short term everything will be fine, but in the long term there'll be some division, someone will interrupt, possible discord. Again, it might be because of secrets that they're keeping, like Farnese's past might be revealed, and Casca might not be too keen on that. You know, like, because I think at the time Farnese was really horrible, Casca was still kind of, like, just barely coherent. So it'll rupture, and rupture means like a tear, so I think something will happen that'll tear them apart in the long term. But given that there are some excellent cards like the World, I really think that, yeah, like there will be some divisiveness and division, but hopefully they'll be able to overcome it. But I suspect that they might end up not being like romantic. I mean, maybe for a while, maybe in the short term, but in the long term, not so much. So it just, yeah, like it's not really looking good. But still though, like you have the World as courtship, and you have like the strengths and foundations because the Five of Cups is reversed. That's actually not too bad at all. But I think like in the long term, probably not. Short term, sure. Long term, probably not. As friends though, I think that, yeah, there'll definitely be turbulence, but that one I think is way more likely, to be honest. And beyond that, well, it's not too bad. Just in the end, like, people are going to believe what they want to believe. They're going to ship who they want to ship. End of story, you know? I mean, I'm sure there are people who still ship Serpico and Farnese. And that's another person to keep in mind is Serpico. Like, he might be causing some problems too. So, this is really the best I can do. Hope it's good enough. And I think that'll do for now. Happy Berserkmas. Goodbye.